What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another It's a Win-Win podcast where we upload an episode every single Wednesday. And my name is Tommy Wynn.
And I'm Sophie Wynn.
And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. It's so good to have you. And we're two people. We're a husband and wife duo who moved out here to Silicon Valley after graduating college in the Midwest from Indiana. When we moved out here, we didn't know anybody. We didn't have community. We didn't have any family out here prior to moving out here. And now we've started a business together with Sophie and I, and we found community, and we absolutely love them and just feel so connected here.
Yeah, and that's exactly why we created It's a Win-Win Podcast, for you to feel connected in some way, because having a community here in San Jose has really changed so much of our life, and it's given us so much purpose. And right now in this pandemic, it's really hard for people to be connected, especially those who, like to be with people physically to get connected. And so we thought creating this podcast would allow people to have a space just to feel like they're in community still in this time. And so we share our stories and our lives, and we hope that it helps at least one person in some way, because if it helps one person, we consider that a win. And so we're going to keep creating that way.
For sure. And today in this podcast, another exciting one that we're just so excited to share. It's ways we can bless people in this season. And there's so many ways you can do it, and I'm going to let Sophie kind of take on this one and just kind of kick us off. And what's one way where we can bless people in this season?
Yeah, I think right now a lot of I think the culture of where we live, like in America, I think gift giving is like a big thing. I was just talking to my best friend Jackie about this, and we are kind of feeling a little conflicted, because we're like, it's a season where people have lost jobs financially. There's a lot of hardship, and it's like, how can we bless the people around us, or just decrease the pressure of having to give gifts and financially spend money? So not having to spend money. Sorry, I'm trying to get my thoughts together.
I mean, it is within, I would say, Western culture, in America, there is that pressure to buy gifts for people. Gifts mean money. Not everyone, especially in this season right now during COVID-19, with shelter in places, businesses shutting down or having to close temporarily, the economy is taking a hit, and it's super hard to feel that pressure. You do want to give, but then you're like, man, my finances aren't really matching up. Should I still give this season?
Yeah.
And we want to come to you guys today, all of you guys that are listening. Also, super side note, we are also filming this, so it'll be on our YouTube channel. Yeah. And so if you're on Apple Podcasts, you can hop over to YouTube if you want to watch us as we talk.
Yeah, we're in somewhat festive Christmas.
Yeah, I got a green hoodie on.
And I got a black and red striped, I don't know, shirt. It's Tommy's old one. And we have a little 3-foot tree.
And then you got a little 3-foot tree in the back.
Yeah. But
anyways, going back to the point, just went off on a small tangent there. Yeah, people do feel the pressure, and we want to share with you guys, you can bless people without having to spend any money or very little money.
Yeah, and Tommy and I, right before this podcast, were just saying, I'm like, are you frugal, Fran? And he's like, you're spendy Sally or whatever. And I'm like, I don't think so. But I think right now, a lot of people are holding on to what they have, right? Because you just never know what the unexpected is. And I think for us, we're trying to be as generous as possible in this time, and to share with our friends and our family that we love them, we're thinking about them, even though we're not physically together, and how we can bless them right now. So one way that I want to share, and I think this has been really special for me personally and for Tommy, is FaceTiming, or I guess if you don't have an iPhone, like Zoom or Google Duo,
some type of
like
video communication through your computer, through your iPhone or your smartphone.
Yeah, and spending time and being intentional and talking to your family and friends. We spent a total of 10 hours on the Thanksgiving weekend on Zoom with our family, playing this game called Scribble.io, and it's just a Pictionary game basically, and just being intentional about getting on a call with family and friends you haven't seen in so long. And I talked to my brother-in-law's mom, who I call her my grandma, Shout out to Grandma Smith if you're listening. We like FaceTimed for an hour yesterday and just talked about family members. I mean, just like catching up each other on family members' lives, and it was such a blessing. And both of us felt super blessed to have that dedicated time together where we're like, hey, we're gonna talk at this time. We talked to each other, and she was showing me these quilts that she was making, and I was just showing her my Christmas tree. And I think if you want to bless someone in this time and not spend any additional money than you already are spending on like your internet and whatnot, to video chat.
Yeah, and I think, with what you said, I think that's great. And what I've really learned in this season is that we have to be intentional about our relationships. The relationships that mean the most to us, that's our loved ones, right? That's our spouse, that's our siblings, that's our parents, friends, whoever it may be for you. It can be a blessing to people because some people right now who are working from home
Mm-hmm.
are by themselves all day, all week, and the only interaction they may get is like an email
Yeah.
from work
Yeah. Or a
and
Zoom meeting about work.
or a Zoom meeting about work, and it's just like work, work, work. It's like you're living at work. It's not really work from home, right?
Yeah. And that's the really sad reality, at least where we live. I mean, I know some states, they can go out to eat and whatever, but like our county just got another round of what's it called? Stay at home order. Yeah, stay at home
Yeah.
order.
So yep, I think it's happening tomorrow. Yeah. So
Well,
we're filming this right now on a Saturday and Sunday, December 6th.
yeah, it's our second round of stay at home. And so people are longing for some sort of connection. And that brings me to my second point of how you can bless people. So right now in our county, we can't eat. Like Tommy and I have not ate in a restaurant since March, guys.
Yeah. I mean, we've done like outdoor dining,
Outdoor.
but inside an actual physical restaurant, it's been since March 2020.
Yeah, and it's December. Like, this is crazy. And so, what we've been doing to bless some of our friends is we actually eat with them outside, so it's safe and you're not breaking any rules or whatever. And we find a place with heaters because it's December and it is cold. And I know some places right now, some of our listeners are living in the winter, like with
With
snow,
snow, yeah.
but their restrictions aren't as tight, so you could go out to eat indoors probably. And so, I think eating with friends right now and blessing them with a meal. And I know it's not as easy to invite friends over to your home. For us, it's hard because our place is small and some people just aren't comfortable with it. And
Yeah.
so what we'll do is we'll meet with friends outside, dress really warm, and just spend time together and eat with them and just ask them how their day's going and just see how they're feeling. That has been it's kind of like a mutual way of blessing people. That has been really effective for us.
Oh yeah, I think it just goes both ways. Like you feel blessed that you get to spend time with them, and then they're feeling blessed because they're able to connect with someone, especially if they're alone all day by themselves and
Mhm.
all they're doing is working. And then after that, there's only so much you can do when you're forced to be at home or when you're ordered to be at home, right? According to the government.
Yeah, and my niece, she works in retail, and she'll call me on her lunch break and just like eat a Cinnabon, and
Yeah.
like she's like, today I'm eating curry, and I'm like, that's great, and it's just like I feel connected with her because I think food brings people together. It's been true for us in our community, and I think how we've been able to build a rich community here in San Jose is really through food and
Oh
eating
yeah,
together, and
definitely. Like when you break bread together, like food always brings people together.
yeah,
And that's actually so when we talked about like how we found community here, one of the groups that we used to hang out with a lot, that was like one of the big things that we did was we ate dinner together. And this was
every week.
before COVID, every single week. And shout out to you guys if you guys are watching right now. And it's been so like I've been just thinking about it now. I'm like I just feel so grateful to be able to have done that in the past.
Mhm.
And you don't know what you have when it's something that just means so much to you until you lose it. And
And
then,
COVID was the reason we haven't done that in months. And,
yeah,
for over a year, we would have dinner with these people every single week. And now that it's gone, it's really hard. And so I just know that we're not the only ones feeling that, missing that. And so if you guys can meet with a family member or friends and just eat together, FaceTime on Zoom, together in person, whatever your comfort level is, do it. I think that, and you
yeah,
don't even need it. It doesn't need to be stressful. Like go to Chick-fil-A or do
Yeah,
McDonald's. Like, it
just like
doesn't
a
need to
simple
be
place.
anything crazy. And you can bless them by paying for their meal if that's something that you're able to do. And like today, we went out to eat lunch with our
Right.
friends. We
Yep.
ate in the parking lot,
Right
and
before this.
yeah, we said, hey, lunch is on us, and you just plan it in your budget that you know are gonna buy people some food this
Yeah.
month.
And it was great. You know, we were able to connect and, you know, just talk about whatever. And, you know, with that too, something I've learned, you know, from that or just in this season, another thing is that I think it's so important right now to have something to look forward to.
Oh yeah.
And when we set up like these little like mini like meetup dates, right, to go out to have dinner, to have lunch, to you know eat outside, eat out in a parking lot or whatever, it's like man, I get to look forward to this. I'm gonna finish up my work and then I'm gonna look forward to going to you know meet with this person.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt the same way with like our other group that I was talking about earlier. Is like we had it on the same time every single week, and it was something to look forward to.
Yeah, it made the day go by a lot faster.
Yep.
And I think that is not only to bless your family and friends, but really it's something that's really helpful for us. And so I
Yeah.
think to help you get through this really interesting time in our lives, I think I would so recommend you guys set up dinner dates somehow in a safe way.
Yeah, I would say do it outside or do it over Zoom.
Yep. And another way that you can bless your family members or friends, for us, it's been friends because we don't have family that lives here, is we call it like ding dong ditching.
Ding dong ditching.
Yeah. Or I guess, how do you explain ding dong ditching? We basically drop off food or gifts at people's doorsteps because we know where our friends live, ring the doorbell, and run away.
Yep. You hit the doorbell and go ding dong and you run.
Run.
Yep.
And some of our friends have those Ring cameras, and so they definitely know it's us. But
Hmm.
like, my heart is like racing because you want to like surprise them with food. You know, like you make a
Yeah.
lot of food and you want to bring it over, and they feel really like special and they feel like you're thinking about them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's been really fun. Tommy's in the driver.
Yep. I'm the getaway car. I'm the getaway driver.
Yeah, and I run and I get all the anxiety because I feel like they're gonna open their door and I'm standing in front.
Yeah.
Or like their dog start barking and I'm like, oh
And
gosh.
I'm like in drive. I'm like ready to go. Just take off. I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm like, let's
Yeah.
go, 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 go.
And the reason why we ding dong ditch too is not everyone is comfortable,
Yes.
meeting
Yeah. I
right now.
mean, I would say a lot of our friends aren't comfortable meeting, you know, in person, eating or anything like that together, and which is totally understandable and it's
Mm-hmm.
totally fine. And you know, we have friends who are a little not as I don't know what to say, like they're more comfortable with maybe meeting in person once in a
Mm-hmm.
while,
Yeah.
grabbing like a dinner, but also again, it's eating outside. We're not inviting people into our home to eat or anything like that.
Yeah. So ding dong ditching is so much fun. And the way that we've done it is personalizing it. And so we do this a lot actually.
Hmm.
There's a member in our church. This isn't confidential or anything. This is like public, but she has cancer and she's in stage 4 cancer. And so what Tommy and I do is we sign up to make her a meal and her family, every month. In December, we have 2 times. So I'm so excited. But what I did was I had a bag full of food and put sticky notes on every single item. And I said, like, for the child, I'd write the child's name, that this is for them, and the other child, this is for the other child. And like her favorite little snacks were mandarin oranges and like cottage cheese. And so I just wrote a little note, like, this is, for her, and it's her favorite snack right now. And I think when you ding dong ditch, it's a way to show them so much love where it just doesn't really cost that much. You go to Trader Joe's and make some pasta, it's
Yeah.
not that
Oh
hard.
yeah, definitely. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think those are some great ways that you can bless people in this season. Do you want to recap that real quick? Just kind of like a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the first one is FaceTiming, Zooming, just basically being intentional, making dedicated time for your family member and friends to video chat.
Yep.
Or you could do phone call, but I think most people want to see you probably.
Yep.
And then the second one is oh my gosh, I'm like, what was the second one? Oh, going out to eat or eating with your family members and
Yep.
friends. Yep. And then the third one was ding dong ditching.
Yep.
And obviously that's more like a local thing where you can like drive to their house.
Yeah. Yep.
But for our family, like what I've done, using delivery services is like I bought my one of my nieces, she's pregnant right now and I'm so excited, and I bought her some maternity like leggings and shirts for a Cyber Monday sale, and that was just some way to just bless her and just to know that although I'm not there through her pregnancy as much as I would love to just see her pregnant, which unfortunately I don't think I'll ever see her pregnant, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
But I sent it to her because she lives, across the country. So if you can't ding dong ditch, you could just order like cookie delivery.
Yeah, if you're able to, if you have like the finances to, we're not asking people to spend money to
No,
bless
not at
people.
all.
And I think what Sophie's really good at is also meeting people like where they're at. Like, for example, her niece is pregnant. Instead of getting her the newest Xbox, as a gift, which would be an awesome gift actually, the new
Yeah.
PS5, you got her maternity clothes.
And it did not cost a lot of money because it
Yeah.
was like 70% off or something crazy, and a brand that was good. So yeah, meeting people where they are is so important, guys. And if you need any ideas, please ask us on Instagram.
Yeah, just shoot us over a DM
Yeah.
on Instagram. And what's your Instagram?
Sophie, of course.
And then mine is Tommy Steeds.
Yeah, we would love to hear any additional ideas that you have on how to bless people. I know these are only 3 ways and there's so many more. But I would love to hear how you bless people because, I could use some ideas too.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, those are just 3 simple, easy ways to bless people this season. I'm sure there's 100, different ideas out there. So be sure to comment in the YouTube channel or on the YouTube video and let us know if you have more ideas or if you thought our ideas were good, or have you ever done what we've just talked about today. We would love to talk with you guys.
Yep. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. Your feedback has been so helpful and your ratings mean a lot.
Yeah.
And with
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys listening, we see you and we're thankful for you. So we hope that you guys have a great rest of your week or day whenever you're watching or listening to this. And we can't wait to talk to you guys next Wednesday on It's a Win-Win Podcast.
Yeah. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure to rate us if you haven't already. If you guys already have, we love you. You guys are awesome. If you haven't, we still love you. But make sure to hit that like button. It helps us definitely. Or hit the thumbs down if you didn't like it. Any kind of feedback is great. And the DMs that we've been getting has been super encouraging. So thank you so much for the messages. We love you guys. My name is Tommy Wynn.
And I'm Sophie Wynn.
This is a win-win podcast. And we'll see you later next Wednesday. Peace.